Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I haven't filmed a video like this in a really long time. Sorry that light is so bright behind me, but this is a little different video. I was talking to Amanda about this, and her channel link is somewhere in the screen. We were talking about the Undertaker's streak, his undefeated streak at WrestleMania, which is now unfortunately been defeated by. There we go. There now that light's not in your face, which unfortunately was defeated at the hands of Brock Lesnar. And sorry, I was kind of spacing out. And we were talking about how we don't like people say it was Vince that wanted it, it was the Undertaker that wanted it, and how we will honestly would never know unless they came out with a DVD about the Undertaker's career. Much like the um, This Is My Yard video. Yeah, that video where he went into detail about his personal life, Mark Calloway, and not the Undertaker, about how he played basketball and stuff like that. And I was kind of talking, we were talking about that and how maybe um, they would do a video about that. And the question that I'm kind of posing for this is, do you think they would have to give him a gimmick change back to the American Badass or back to Big Evil, or do you think that they could do this with the Dead Man character? To me, I feel like it wouldn't really work that well with him being, there we go, a little brighter. With him being, you know, the Dead Man, and I don't know. In my head, it wouldn't really work. Um, like because Amanda pointed out to me that he was in the 50 Years of WWE video or documentary. I do have that documentary and I've seen it, and he was in it, but he was still in character in a way. He was, but he wasn't. If that makes any sense to you, um, but the idea that I posed, I was like, well, what if I didn't tell her this part, but this is what I kind of have in my head for an idea. What if they did something about his career, um, like as the Dead Man, like just talking about it, like you would think that that's all they're gonna talk about, and then you have the Undertaker, um, um, like come out of like a black hole type of deal, or smoke or something, and raise his head, have the bell toll, the gong or whatever, and then have him, uh, God, I can't process what I'm trying to say. I should have filmed this and edited it, but whatever. And have him, like raise his head, and once the bell tolls, the lights go off, bell tolls again, and have him be in like regular street clothes, like whatever he wears. I don't know. I've seen him wear like just t-shirts and stuff, but have him be in like t-shirts, a t-shirt and jeans or whatever, and say like something like this is like they can name it something kind of how they named um, CM Punk the best in the world, or or Edges, something like Edges would be more appropriate for the Undertaker. Um, like how Edges was named, You Think You Know Me, the story of Edge or something like that, story of Adam Copeland, or Edge's book, Adam on Edge, something like that, and have him, the bell toll him in street clothes, and him say, "This is this," like if it was called the story of the Undertaker, say something like, "This is the story of Mark Calloway," and use his real name and stuff like that. And I think that would be really, 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 really badass. Um, just you know, that's just what I think. And you could have, you could break kayfabe with this. You could have Michelle McCool talk about, in the documentary, talking about how they're married. You could use old interviews with Sarah. You could, have have him call him Mark instead of the Undertaker. have like Triple H and Stephanie and Daniel Bryan and stuff like that, Stone Cold, people talking about the guy that plays the Undertaker, and it's been said, if you listen to podcasts like I listen to Stone Cold's podcast, um, Undertaker is one of the guys that never ever 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 breaks character. He is Mark Calloway is the Undertaker to the end. You know what I mean? And which is really really cool. I don't know if I don't remember which podcast it was, but there was a podcast where Stone Cold said the only time that he's ever broken character in front of him, besides like backstage and stuff, in front of fans is what he meant, was during a house show, and I believe he was talking about it. It was overseas or something like that, and if I remember the story correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody knows the actual story, I don't. I don't. I'm filming this live. This is live to air. So you know, I think the Undertaker or Stone Cold punched him really hard or something, and the Undertaker just started laughing. I guess like I don't know. I we've heard excuse me. We've heard Undertaker fake laugh, but we've never heard him like real laugh, where he I can only imagine like the people in the front row seeing this big 6'8" whatever, however tall he is, guy with long hair laughing from getting punched in the face or punched by Stone Cold Steve Austin. But like I said, this DVD would be really really hard for him to break kayfabe. It would have to be kayfabe would have to be broken, especially if they got into who wanted the streak to end. Which that was the main point of the video, and I kind of went away from that talking about the Undertaker, but um, it would definitely have to break kayfabe 100% with going into talking about the streak. Like if the Undertaker if it was the Undertaker that wanted it, if it was Vince that wanted it, because obviously it wasn't just there was a lot of thought process put into the streak breaking. It wasn't just like the night of Mania, before Brock and Taker went out. Vince was like, "Hey, Undertaker, 21-1." It wasn't like that. There was serious thought into this. It's probably been years, I would honestly say. Um, it's it's I honestly feel like this was maybe a two-year decision, 2-year thought process. And I will be one to admit, I wanted CM Punk to end it just because of how that storyline was, with The Undertaker and Punk. Just, it would have been, I feel, the icing on the cake for that storyline if The Undertaker would have lost at WrestleMania to CM Punk. Just with Paul Bearer, and everything. Um, it was that was a good storyline. That's probably been in recent years my favorite storyline with the Undertaker. That really, unfortunately, Paul Bearer passing away. That was very unfortunate, and I don't know. Just I'm blabbing. I feel like, but like I said, that storyline for Mania 29 with Punk and Taker was off the wall. Uh, it was awesome. Oh, excuse me. I'm really tired. It's almost 10:30 here, or almost 11. Sorry. Um, but yeah. So I don't want to go. I posed the question to you. Do you think these are the questions for the video? Do you think that they will ever um, make an Undertaker DVD, Blu-ray, whatever documentary? We'll just say about um, his life and his career, not just the Undertaker career, but Mark Calloway, the guy that plays the Undertaker. Much like I said, much like This Is My Yard. Um, it was very. I love that documentary. That was an awesome, awesome documentary. I wish I still had it, or I wish I had a VCR. I guess I probably still have the DVD or the Blu-ray or whatever. No, why do I keep saying Blu-ray? It's not a Blu-ray. It's a freaking um, VHS tape. Some of you people might not know what that is. That's weird. Anyway, guys, I will. Or what was the other question? Oh, do you think, or do you think they would just do a gimmick change for the Undertaker, or do you think they would break kayfabe to do this documentary if it ever happened? Um, so yeah, thanks for watching. I know I kind of talked incoherently at times about stuff, but I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching, and go check out Amanda's channel. The link is, I'll just put the link the entire video. Also, go check out my friend Tony's channel and my friend Rai Rai's channel. Go check those guys out. Rai Rai, you owe me a shout out now. So go check out my friends on YouTube. Also check out Ken O'Kevin. Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah. So I know I'm blabbing again. So check out Amanda, Kevin, Tony, and Rai Rai. Go check those guys out, and girl out. And thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the vlog tomorrow, which you can watch right here. See you tomorrow.